Okay, so we're live. Hi there.
Hello,
So this is episode 1 of the Hamish and Brandon show. I am the latter. I'm Brandon.
and I'm Hamish. Yeah,
Cool. Um, so we did an episode 0. Since we're programmers, we do an episode 0, and in episode 0 we took about 2 hours, which is a pretty short for our usual conversations. and
it's nothing.
and this time we're gonna do it a little more short form and something that is more digestible. So I guess maybe some introductions are in order, huh?
Yeah, great
What do you
idea.
think? Well, maybe you should go first.
Sure. Yeah. So my name's Hamish McPherson. I'm a software engineer. I work for a company called Buffer, and I have 2 kids. Keep me really busy. A lovely wife. I live in Chilliwack, British Columbia, which is not too far from Vancouver. And yeah, also a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And yeah, I love to program, love coding, love technology, and I can't really think of anything else.
Oh, that's great. My name is Brandon Wong. I am also a software developer. I work at a company called Cadillac, which is based here in my city, Montreal. And so I live here in Montreal, which is near Montreal. It's a pretty big city here in Quebec. And I'm also a member of the church. I have one kid right now. That might change in the future, but he was just born, so one at a time. And yeah, I've been programming since I was a teenager, and Hamish is one of the guys that got me into it in the first place. So
I'm guilty. Yeah.
yeah, so we've been chatting about it ever since.
Yeah.
We get the chance. Hamish, you used to live here, so that's how we know each other. And even though you've moved back to your native lands, well, sort of the West, right? And
moved back to the West. Yeah.
yeah, but we've still kept in touch and are still keeping up to date on what's going on. So with that out of the way, let's chat about what's going on.
Yeah. What is going on? Gosh. Yeah. Well, you know what's going on? I got a new monitor a couple days ago.
Are you sitting in front of it right now?
Yeah. It's great.
All right,
So,
tell me about it.
yeah. Well, it's funny. So where I work at Buffer, it's a great company. They have some sweet perks. One of the perks that they just announced not too long ago was not a stipend, but like a one-time credit for setting up your office. And so I had this like credit that I hadn't used, and it's been a few months, and I kept kind of thinking about what I wanted to use it for. And I actually already have, so I have my MacBook, which is 15-inch, and I've got this 24-inch Dell monitor that I've had for a long time. And I was like, but I could always have more, right? More real estate, more screen space.
Of course, yeah.
So it was, so a little while back, it was Black Friday, and I was looking at some deals, and I saw this 34-inch monitor for a pretty big discount. I think it was regularly
Holy crap.
Yeah, 34 inches.
Wait,
yeah.
I need a tape measure.
It's insane. It's so huge. I mean, it's not that much higher than my 24-inch. In fact, it's probably like very similar in height to the 24-inch that I have, but it's the width. Like this thing is
ultra wide screen.
It's ultra wide. Yeah. It's like, I mean, I'm trying to give you an idea here. It's like this big, I can't, I try and turn my laptop around, but there's so many wires coming out of it. It would probably just break something, but
yeah, mine too.
Yeah. So it's great. I'm really liking it. It's probably part of the reason my Mac's struggling so much right now. I've got like so much, it's driving so many windows open right now at the same time, but yeah, it's great. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm being super productive with it yet. There's this app that I have for Mac that lets you bind certain keyboard shortcuts to like moving windows around, which is really helpful. So like,
yes, I've heard of something like that.
Yeah. The one that I use is called, let's see, I just want to find it. Spectacle. Yeah, Spectacle for Mac. And it's free and it's really useful. There's other ones you can use that are more like visual where you like click your mouse and drag and stuff, and it doesn't. This one has no mouse interaction; it's keyboard only. But once you get the hang of it, it's really helpful because you can like move a window from like one screen to another, or to the corner of the screen, or to the like the first third, or the middle third, or the left, right. You know, you learn the shortcuts however you want to.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not very good with it. I've realized I'm not very good with it having more space now. I'm like trying to like I don't know all the shortcuts, but it has a menu you can click in the little bar on Mac, and you can, you know, that also shows you the shortcuts, so you can kind of learn it as you go. But anyway, yeah. So new screen, which is fun. And I think with the Black Friday discount plus my work credit, I paid about $160 out of pocket on the screen, and it costs about $1,400 or $1,300 retail. So,
man, that's not a bad deal.
It was a great deal. I'm very happy about it. And yeah,
wait,
I even did some gaming on it the other day. I thought I'd try a few video games on it. It was fun. I had to actually dial my settings back though, because it's so much for like the graphics card to pump out all these like. So
on your laptop, right?
Actually, not on my PC. So I took it, I carried it upstairs and like plugged it into my PC. Yeah, no, my MacBook could not drive anything on this. Like at least no games. It would just, yeah.
I was gonna say like, can it handle it? And also like, if you get a giant screen, but then you reduce the resolution or whatever, like, is it even worth it? Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, sorry, do you mean like, is it worth it to have it when you can't even play on it? You mean, is that right? Yeah, that's a great question. I was a little worried. Like, I have a pretty good graphics card on my PC, so that was. I mean, it still struggled. Like at the high, I've had things on the highest settings because normally I'll take this monitor upstairs and plug it in, and I'll play most of my games like really high settings because this monitor is just like 1080p, right? Like it's not exactly 1080, it's like 1200, but it's very close. So it's not a very high resolution by most gaming standards. So everything works pretty well. But when you go to like ultra wide and you have like 3,800 pixels by 1,400 and something, it's a totally different story, right? Like when you're talking like maybe more than double the number of pixels. So yeah, a lot more for the GPU to pump out. And I noticed right away that the frame rates weren't as smooth. But in a couple of games, I just like dialed the settings down and it ran like a dream. So, but I can share. You know, it's funny. I should share. I don't know if this probably won't work right with the way you've got our thing set up. But if I shared my screen,
yeah,
you'll see.
I can do it.
The size of this thing.
Oh man.
So like there's my mouse and like, yeah.
How do you even get a wallpaper for it? Does that even exist?
Right? Yeah. We got some Sublime text here. I mean, so you can just do so much with it, right? Like, so this is that app that I was talking about. You can move things around.
Yes, that reminds me. I heard of another one. It's called Divi, Divvy.